Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mark Major, and this is the Mark Major Minute. Today, we're going to be talking about some tech news, some articles I read from Fark.com, one in particular, and we're also going to talk about some of my favorite music that's out there right now. But first, we'll start with the tech news. The Google Nexus 7 tablet has started shipping today, July 13th. It's selling in Canada at Best Buy stores for $259 for the 16 gig model. It's sold out pretty much everywhere. Best Buy is expecting the next shipment on August 10th, so you can pre-order through Best Buy. The same is expected for Future Shop. You can pre-order through them, and they will have it delivered by August 10th. GameStop has pulled the Nexus 7 order page from its website. You can't get it from them anymore due to overselling. The Nexus 7 is a great little tablet. It's a 7-inch tablet. It's $199 for the 8 gig model or $249 for the 16 gig. Those are the US prices. If you get it from the Google Plus store, it's due to ship within 1 or 2 weeks. That'll save you a lot of hassle for pre-ordering and whatnot. You can order it now from Google and they'll deliver it to you as soon as it's available in stock. They'll ship it right to your door. I'm going to read you the tech specs for the Google Nexus 7 tablet. It's a 7-inch display at a resolution of 1280 by 800. High definition. It's a backlit IPS display. I'm not sure what that is. Scratch-resistant Corning glass, which sounds like cookware. 1.2 megapixel front-facing camera. There's no rear-facing camera on the Google Nexus 7 tablet because it's primarily meant for visual chat. It's 340 grams, the weight. 8 or 16 gig internal storage. 1 gigabyte of RAM. Battery life runs about 9 hours for HD video playback. 10 hours for web browsing, that is, 10 hours of e-reading, 300 hours of standby. You know how that goes. Batteries tend to lose life over time. But you know what? The way that technology is going right now, your battery doesn't have a chance to lose life before the next device that you crave comes out. The interesting thing I saw here was the CPU. It's a quad-core Tegra 3 processor. I don't know what that is. I believe it's an AMD type, but I'm not sure. Quad-core is definitely beneficial, but it's known as a battery hog for laptops and whatnot. However, Google Nexus 7 tablet guarantees 9 hours of HD video playback. The size is 198.5 by 120 by 10, so it's a 7-inch tablet. It looks a little bit like a pocket novel. Wireless goes like this: Wi-Fi 802.11 BGN, which is standard Wi-Fi. It's also got a Bluetooth adapter. It's got a micro USB slot. I'm not sure the maximum capability, but I think an 8 or 16 gigs little tiny card will go in there quite nicely. Android 4.1 Jelly Bean. As you may know, Google Android software goes very well with Windows. You can transfer files easily without any hassle through just Windows Browser, Windows Explorer. Android loves Windows. Features are microphone, accelerometer, GPS, and a gyroscope. A couple other ones that I'm not sure what the hell they mean. And that's my spiel on the Google Nexus 7 tablet. I'm looking forward to get my hands on one. Looks like it's going to be kind of interesting. Nice, sleek mode of web browsing. And, of course, an e-reader would be its main function for those who want to do browsing as well as e-reading. All right, I'm going to jump into some music news right now. One of my favorite bands, Paramore, is in studio for their 4th album. They're cutting it this summer. I'm not sure the release date. Of course, there is none. They haven't finished recording yet. I'm following Hayley Williams on Twitter, and boy, is she boring, talking about her stockings and whatnot. However, you do get some studio pics every once in a while, so I'm sticking with the follow. Paramore's from Franklin, Tennessee, formed in 2004. Members right now are Hayley Williams, Jeremy Davis, and Taylor York. The drummer is to be named. They have a touring drummer right now, but it's kind of changing, and I'm not sure who's doing the drums on the album. Their first album was called All We Know Is Falling. It was released in 2005. Second album, Riot, which was their great breakout album that really accelerated them into popularity. That was released in 2007. They had a live release, I guess a couple of years after that. That was The Final Riot, which was a live show, I believe, from Chicago. And they kicked ass on that show. It was very fun to watch, great production, and the sound was amazing. So they also have their third album. They called it Brand New Eyes. That was released in 2009. It's not as good as Riot. However, I wouldn't call them a one-album breakout band. I think Brand New Eyes was was a little bit of nostalgia because the band broke up after Riot. So they were having a little bit of trouble kind of coming to grips with the breakup. Haley was dating one of the guys, etc., etc. You know how that thing goes. I believe Yoko Ono said it best when she said, in her artistic way that she could. So yeah, like I say, they're in studio right now for their 4th album, and it's going to be coming out hopefully late this year or early next year. The great thing about Paramore is they have lots of young energy, and it's not chick rock. It's not lame chick rock that just kind of meanders through like Alanis Morissette, where it's all sad and terrible, and then it gets happy for 2 songs. It's all power all the time. The drums were one of my favorite parts of Paramore, and when one of the York brothers, or one of the guys, the main drummer, left, I was pretty upset because he was my favorite part of that band. He'd do these wicked tom fills that just blew my mind. But they're a great band, and they're worth checking out. So check out Paramore. Their album Riot is my favorite one. Another one of my favorite bands is Coheed and Cambria. They have their single called Welcome Home. I find it sounds a lot like Tetris. The beginning is a riff similar to Tetris. I've tried to point it out to some of my friends. None of them have really heard it. So I'm going to try and mix it so you guys hear them together and separately. And you guys can decide for yourselves. But I think you'll agree with me because I'm a genius. Alright, here we go with Tetris. Now you've heard it. Here's Coheed. Is that not the same thing? It's the exact same thing. What a beautiful homage. I just left that part in because it's awesome. Alright, here we go. Second pass. Listen closely. Now Coheed. What a beautiful homage to gamer culture. I love that. Coheed's such a nerd math metal. Great band they are. Check them out. Coheed and Cambria. I'm going to read that article off FARC right now. So it's from Glendora, California. Pain doctor duped by dog x-ray and sting. Investigators say a Southern California doctor saw enough from an x-ray to prescribe painkillers to an undercover cop, but missed the tail, showing it was an image of a dog. Police in Los Angeles County deputies on Thursday raided a Glendora urgent care clinic of 69-year-old Dr. Rolando Ludovico Atiga. After a 2-month investigation that included 3 undercover deputies posing as patients. One of the undercover deputies showed Atiga an x-ray to prove she needed painkillers. The scan of her German Shepherd clearly shows the dog's tail. The Los Angeles Times reports Atiga examined the x-ray and asked if she wanted Vicodin, Oxycodone, Valium, or Xanax. Glendora Police Captain Timothy Stabes says Atiga is well known among drug addicts and was considered the doctor to go to. That's a doctor that prescribes opiates. If you can get an opiate, it's pretty much like heroin. They call Oxycodone hillbilly heroin. If you can get that stuff, 2 Oxycodons, 2 beers, you're high like you're on heroin. It's a great thing. You don't give a care about anything in the world. But the funny part about this story is the dog. She showed a dog x-ray. It reminds me of that episode of Seinfeld where Kramer saw this dog on the street who shared the same affliction. They both had a nasty cough. And so Kramer found this dog, Smuckers, on the street. The dog coughed, and Kramer said, "Hey, can I borrow your dog?" He preferred to take dog medicine from a vet than go see a registered MD. So the poor dog had to share his medicine with Kramer. I don't give a shit. I don't care about Kramer. The guy's a cokehead. I didn't give a care about him. I care about the dog. Poor Smuckers. Little Smuckers. How you doing, buddy? He's a good boy. That's the Mark Major Show for the weekend of July 13th, 2012. Special shout out to Mac Media, as well as Dave Dickinson of FantasyHockeyCoach.com. Remember to love the ones you love and hate the ones you hate. And love me, because I'm excellent. And so are you. Thanks, everybody.